Every month, like clockwork, the police station received a disturbing and repetitive phone call. The female voice on the other end of the line was laden with palpable anguish, desperately pleading for help. With each call, the address provided was always the same, spoken with a desperate intensity, as if every word were a plea for survival. The recording, always identical with no variation, seemed like a message frozen in time, devoid of new information or updates. For the veteran officers, the case had become a dull routine, and the report was filed away without further investigation, dismissed as an annoying prank. However, for the station's rookie officer, this situation was unsettling and lingered in his thoughts. He felt an increasing unease, a sensation that something more sinister was lurking behind those ignored calls. During a nighttime patrol, the rookie decided to take matters into his own hands and check the address mentioned in the calls, seeking answers to the mystery that troubled him. As he approached the indicated location, he was met with a desolate sight. The house was abandoned and in ruins, a grim remnant of what had once been a home. The structure appeared to have been consumed by a devastating fire, its dark and charred walls standing like a skeleton against the night sky. The surrounding atmosphere was heavy and oppressive, and a sense of danger seemed to hang in the air, as if the very place was trying to convey a warning. Although tempted to believe the address was incorrect or that the calls were indeed a prank, the rookie couldn't ignore the deep, unsettling feeling in his gut, something profound and troubling in his instincts. Driven by an instinctive curiosity and a need to uncover the truth, the rookie cautiously moved toward the house. The silence around him was almost deafening, and each step he took seemed to amplify his sense of discomfort. He searched through the remains of the house, looking for any clue that could explain the origin of the distressing calls. The environment was steeped in oppressive darkness, and as he examined the ruins, the feeling of being watched grew stronger with each passing moment. Something seemed to be lurking in the shadows, and the mystery of the calls, dismissed by so many, was now on the verge of revealing a disturbing truth. The rookie was determined to uncover it no matter the cost. Back at the station, the young officer, still restless about what he had uncovered, dove into old records searching for more information. His investigation revealed a disturbing detail. On the night of the fire, an emergency call had been made from the same residence. The recording captured a desperate woman reporting that her husband was out of control and in a state of violent rage. However, the woman was known for her mental instability, and her call was quickly dismissed by the officers at the time, who believed it was just another psychotic episode. A few hours later, the house was found in flames, and the investigation concluded the fire was accidental, with no evidence of foul play. The case was closed without further inquiry, and the mystery seemed to have been resolved. Driven by growing curiosity and a deep sense of duty, the rookie decided he needed to investigate the ruins of the house during the day. He believed he might find some clue that could explain what truly happened on that fateful night. When he arrived, the desolate scene of the ruins in broad daylight appeared even more grim. However, what caught his attention the most were the strange noises coming from inside the house. Sounds resembling a violent fight, distant echoes reverberating through the broken, empty walls. Although neighbors had reported these noises over the years, no one had given them much importance, dismissing them as products of imagination or local paranoia. Armed with only his flashlight, and driven by a profound sense of justice, the rookie decided it was time to enter the house. Each step he took over the debris seemed to echo like a warning, but he was determined to uncover the truth. As he moved through the devastated areas of the house, the sound of the noises grew louder, creating an atmosphere of tension and fear. He swept the dark corners with his flashlight, searching for any sign that could clarify what really happened that night. What he would find might not only change his understanding of the case, but also reveal how horror stories can manifest in reality, often hidden in the shadows of indifference and neglect. As he pushed open the rusty door of the ruined house, a cold gust of air swept over the rookie officer, causing every hair on his body to stand on end. The interior, ravaged by fire and time, was filled with debris and shadows. Yet there was something more, a palpable sense of a supernatural presence that seemed to linger in the air. The atmosphere was heavy, with an unsettling weight, as though the very walls carried centuries of pain and suffering. Suddenly, a soft and nearly imperceptible voice whispered in his ear, "Finally, you've come." The officer froze. The whisper was imbued with profound sadness and despair, and he felt as though he had crossed a threshold no one had dared approach before. After that visit, something peculiar happened. The calls stopped abruptly. There were no more desperate cries for help or echoes of fights resonating through the house's ruins. The station returned to its usual routine, as if the disturbance that had been a persistent discomfort had finally come to an end. However, the young officer knew that something had profoundly shifted. On some level, he felt he had brought a sense of peace to the lost souls that inhabited that place, allowing them to finally rest. The story of the burned house was then closed, not just as a filed case, but as a lasting reminder of what can happen when we ignore the cries of the desperate and the importance of confronting what lurks in the shadows.